The dramatization you're about to see is based on an actual, investigated, and documented case history of psychic phenomena. It is the next step beyond.
Walter, it's been such a long time.
Hello, Jason. 10 years isn't so long. You look just the same.
Well, you certainly don't, sir. You've grown into a fine young man.
Oh, come on, Jason, sir. Just because I'm a weekend guest?
All right. Walter, Mrs. Manning's been looking forward to you ever since she heard you were back in Santa Barbara. You know, she thinks of you as if you were her own.
Well, all those years here, I've always thought of her as a second mother.
Well, sir, come on in. Come on, Walter. Mrs. Manning's at the hairdresser. She'll be back shortly. Where is he?
I'm sick and tired of your suspicions.
I have a right to be suspicious. Married to you for 6 years.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, I do. Now you're carrying on with another man.
I've told you there's nothing going on between us.
Oh, quit lying, Carrie.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
What, do you think I'm blind?
Yes, blind drunk as usual.
Oh, I've had it with you carrying on with other men.
Other men? Obviously, you don't. Ah! Stop that, Frank. You're hurting me.
Hurting you? I haven't started to hurt you.
Ah! Dare touch me up.
Oh, I don't know how to treat you. I'll show you how you should be treated. For God's sake, man, you're killing her.
Jason? Call an ambulance, hurry.
What is it, Walter?
I think he's killed her.
What is it that Walter Hastings thinks he saw? Is it a scene from the past or the future? Or is it the invention of an imagination stimulated because of his return to a house where he had lived as a child? Or is it only a fragment, an incomplete warning of a far greater tragedy?
Really grown in 10 years, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. But then so have you. And you're handsomer than ever. Oh, my friends are going to adore you.
Do you really think I'm going to fit in with your friends, Elsie? As I remember them, I don't think I'm exactly their cup of tea.
Sue, pitcher of martinis might be closer to the mark. No, I asked her here to show you off. I'm very proud of you. I always knew that you'd be an important man one day.
Oh, the associate professor of humanities at UC Santa Barbara isn't really very important, Mrs. Manning.
Oh.
Elsie.
All right.
I really can't get used to calling you that.
Well, I want you to. Oh, this cottage must remind you of your childhood.
Yes, it certainly does. Everything about this place does.
Mm-hmm.
Mother?
Walter? Walter, are you all right? Walter, what's the matter? Oh, you look like a frightened child.
I swear I heard my mother's voice. It was almost as if she were trying to warn me of something.
Well, coming here certainly has brought back a flood of memories.
No. No, it wasn't like a memory at all. I heard her.
Oh, Walter, come on, let's get back to the house. My guests will be arriving any minute. I wouldn't want to keep them waiting up there while we're...
Elsie?
Yes, darling?
Can I ask you a personal question?
But of course, darling. That is, of course, if it's not too personal.
Did anything ever happen in that room there? Anything violent?
What are you talking about, Walter?
Was anyone ever seriously hurt in this room?
Oh, Walter, don't tell me that you're hearing other voices.
I did.
What?
Well, I thought I did this afternoon when I arrived.
Oh, no. Not that old ghost story again.
What ghost story?
Well, it's not really a ghost story. It's a myth. It was started by the servants of the original owners of this place. Now, they probably passed it on to your mother and father, and they maybe told you about it when you were very young.
Maybe. What supposedly happened in there?
Well, they say that the original owner of this house murdered his young wife in that room. Now, that is a lot of nonsense. Are you going to change?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And I'm going to change, and I'll meet you in the patio.
Sir.
You see, Walter was born and raised on this estate, so naturally I feel about him as though, well, he's like my own son. Oh, there you are, darling. Come and say hello to the beautiful people. This is Carrie and Frank Jarvis.
What, do you think I'm blind?
Yes, blind drunk as usual.
Carrie? Frank?
They're going to be in the room across the hall from you.
That room?
Oh, Walter, don't be such a silly goose. Wait till I tell you. As soon as I was completely undressed, this dear little Japanese girl, the attendant, bowed her head and gestured and said, "This is the way to Bass, please." So I said, "So," and I followed her down the hall and nonchalantly walked into this huge room with this enormous pool. And there were dozens of people all standing around, and I froze in shock. They were all stark naked. Well, I tell you, but I covered myself with my hands as best I could. And the little attendant looked and she said, "Oh, so in America people take baths with their clothes on, for goodness sake." For goodness sake, no, I said. Well,
I think I'll get myself a drink, Elsie. May I freshen yours up?
no, thank you, darling. I've had enough.
Oh, the best-looking barmaid in Montecito.
Why, thank you, Walter. I thought you'd never notice. Well, sir, what's your pleasure?
I think a glass of wine will do it. Rosé.
Oh. I thought you'd want something much stronger than that.
Carrie, there's something I want to tell you.
Oh, no, that's more like it.
Now, I know this is going to sound a little strange, particularly since we just met.
Oh, don't tell me you're one of those shy ones. Come on, Walter. I'm sure a handsome young man like you knows how to talk to a lady by now.
No. I know this is going to seem a little rude, but do you and your husband get along all right?
Meaning, exactly what, Walter?
Do you fight? Do you have physical fights?
I presume that I'm not interrupting something personal.
You presume, as usual, Frank.
Pour me a drink, honey.
Since you're determined to get bombed as usual, pour your own drinks.
Sweet. You know, Elsie tells me that you were born right here on the estate.
That's right.
And that your parents were her cook and chauffeur.
Knock it off, Frank.
We're just having a little friendly conversation. You always say I'm such a snob. Just trying to be democratic, right, Walter? Hmm?
That's right. Cook and chauffeur. And good at their jobs, too. You find that funny?
I find this funny, boy. A servant's kid getting the run of the hill.
Don't let him get to you.
To me, that's damn funny. Don't you see the humor in it, boy?
Keep your hands off me.
Or I'll put my hands all over you.
Don't you dare threaten me. Mr. Jarris, now, you don't want to ruin Miss Janning's nice party, now, do you?
Oh, kid, he's threatening me, Jason.
Oh, I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding, sir. He meant you no harm. Let me get you another drink. That's a capital idea.
So, that's one of your beautiful people.
Yes, yes. Aren't they outrageously unpredictable?
Where is he?
I'm sick and tired of your suspicions.
I have a right to be suspicious. Married to you for 6 years.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, I do. Now you're carrying on with another man.
I've told you there's nothing going on between us.
But lying, Carrie.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
What, do you think I'm blind?
Yes, blind drunk as usual.
Oh, I've had it with you carrying on with other men.
Other men know how to treat me. Obviously, you don't. Stop that, Frank. You're hurting me.
Hurting? I haven't started to hurt you.
Ah,
So I don't know how to treat you, huh? This is how you should be treated.
ah,
I'll show you how you should be treated.
ah, Frank!
Walter, why aren't you in the pool? Oh, you've been so moody all morning. You're just not having any fun at all, are you, dear?
Sit down, Elsie.
Thank you. I'd love it.
I want to talk to you about something.
Oh,
Something that's been driving me up the wall.
well, for heaven's sake, tell me.
I think Frank's going to kill Carrie.
What on earth would...
When I arrived yesterday afternoon, I had this weird, I guess clairvoyance is all you can call it. I heard Frank and Carrie arguing in their room. And then I saw Frank choking her, killing her.
Walter, darling, look, I want you to see a psychiatrist. Now, there's a wonderful man right here in Santa Barbara. You will love him. I'm going to arrange an appointment for you.
I'm serious, Elsie. They were involved in a vicious fight.
Yes. In your imagination.
Well, yes, but...
Oh, they are famous for their brawls. Why, it's the talk of the hill.
So what I imagined, wasn't so far from the truth. They do go at it.
Oh, like hyenas fighting over their prey. You haven't mentioned this to Carrie, have you?
I've been trying to, but old Faithful over there keeps butting in.
I know their problem, and believe me, being faithful has nothing to do with it. Come on, Walter. Let's mix with the others and forget all this silly, moody stuff.
You go ahead, Elsie.
Walter, you will see the doctor, won't you?
Yes, sure.
I had the most beautiful summer. Of course, the town didn't mean a thing to me. I could have bought him 10 times over.
Oh, that's telling him, Lee.
Oh, thank you, Frank. Now, look here, young man. You promised me a dance,
Yes.
and I want to collect now while you're still on your feet.
Well, okay. Would you mind holding this up? Ah, Jason, thank you. Well, you asked for it.
Carrie, I know you're going to think I'm insane, but you've got to leave here now.
With you, Walter?
I'm trying to tell you you're in danger. You and Frank are going
Frank? What about Frank? Come on, tell me something about Frank. We've been asking for this boy. Hey! Hey!
Now, just cool off, Frank. Take it easy.
Oh!
Isn't this incredible?
Okay, baby. If you want him, you can have him. He's yours. I'm leaving. We're through. I mean it. We're through.
He always does that.
Now, you see, your premonition or whatever was completely wrong. Nothing's going to happen. At least not this weekend.
Apparently not.
Yes, put it all out of your mind, darling. Go and freshen up.
I'm sorry if I spoiled your party.
Don't be silly, darling. You didn't.
I've got to go, Elsie.
Oh, darling, you're leaving now?
A call from the university. Special faculty orientation session this afternoon.
But today is Saturday.
Every day's a work day.
Oh, Sue.
Thank you, Elsie.
I miss you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh, Sue.
tired of your suspicions.
I have a right to be after being married to you for 6 years.
You don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
yes, I do. Now you're carrying on with someone else.
I've told you there's nothing going on between
Stop
us.
lying, Carrie.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
Do you think I'm blind?
Yes! Blind drunk, as usual.
I've had it with you, carrying on with other men.
Well, other men know how to treat me. Obviously, you don't. Stop that, Frank. You're hurting me.
Hurting you? Started to hurt you. I don't know how to treat you. Show you how you should be treated. For God's sake, man, you're killing her. Carrie? Carrie? No. Walter, what you come here for, boy? What you come here for? You're responsible for all of this, boy! You're responsible for this, boy! Don't you know? Come here. Quit fooling with my wife.
Frank Jarris was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. And not surprisingly, Carrie stood by him. Was what happened here preordained and inevitable? And was the warning to Walter Hastings part of the means to accomplish this tragedy? Well, Albert Einstein theorized that time, past, present, and future, coexist like an overhead trolley line into which some of us may manage somehow, sometime to connect for a brief glimpse into the past or the future. Theory or fact? The answer is part of the next step beyond.